Hi babies, angels, welcome to the channel. My name is Stormie Calder, your fave spiritual mentor, personal and spiritual development. Subscribe, tap the bell, do all the good things, okay? In this video, this is for my girlies out there. And by girlies, I mean my hot, powerful, badass babes, the women, okay? You might love me or you might hate me. I'm not sure. The men will probably hate me. Listen, sorry. I'm not sorry. But I got to educate the women. All right. So I'm going to do it quickly in this video. I will be expanding on this in future videos and things as we move forward, where I essentially bring you spiritual dating tips. How are they spiritual? Well, the thing is, I'm very tapped into God source. And as I move through my life, I learn different lessons from the dialogue between me and my channeling abilities with other humans in dating. And I'm honoring the spirituality, meaning the metaphysics and the mechanics of the energy of what works and what doesn't work, to both honor the masculine and the feminine. Here's the truth. Again, all of this regardless of gender, what body you're in, etc. Take what you love, leave the rest. The truth is that men and women have totally different biology, totally different ways of thinking, and totally different ways of processing emotion. So if you do not take all of that into consideration in dating, and I'm talking to my women, okay, and you treat men like they're women, expect the worst results. And by worst results, I mean probably like your parents' relationship and the parents' relationship, our grandparents' relationships. Relationships in the past, in our history as humans, have been absolutely terrible. And they're mostly based on denouncing the sacred goddess in the feminine, of not honoring emotional value, of not honoring spiritual value, of only honoring the value of the dominant shadow archetype of the masculine, which is the pride. It is the overarching, overdeveloped ego. It is the material needs being the only needs that could or should be met, including sex at the most basic of levels, because God knows most women don't even enjoy it, not at their fault. Not at their fault. I can vouch for that one because I think I have taught every man how to have sex. Whatever. We won't get into it in depth, but I will say I don't think I've ever met one that knows how to do it the right way. Why? Because men are just taught that they can just show up, be assholes, and that's okay. And when they're not assholes, I told you might not like me in this video. When they're not assholes, that they can be the gentle, sweet, sensitive hearts. Like, I'm almost not into it anymore, you guys. Like, I just don't care. I'm like, if you can't slaughter a bear outside of my door and handle the apocalypse, like, I just am not here for it. Like, I used to love the, soft, sweet hearts. And now I'm like, I have the soft, sweetheart. We're protecting my heart. You go hunt for dinner, okay? Anyway, so honoring the difference between masculine and feminine value and understanding what they value. And, oh gosh, I thought somebody walked in. And that might be a message of this. It's just like, there's interrupting frequencies. I'm sorry, what? I feel like an energy just knocked on the door and went, hey, you can't say things like this online. And I'm like, I can say whatever the F I want online. Whatever I want. I have booted every moron out of my energy. And yes, I am this flippant because I refuse to be perfectly spiritual for you, for God, or for anybody. Because the truth is, being human is perfect as it is. And we need to learn how to meet people where they are. I have lots of things to say about that. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. Those of you that love me, well, it's fine. Okay, so we'll see how long this will allow me to record. So I'll jump in as quickly as possible. So men and women think differently. They feel differently. They emote differently. They have different values. Women, please, dear God, listen to me as you are dating. Okay, number one, I'm gonna give you a bunch of tips. Number one, set boundaries. Set boundaries with him and see if he listens. Those boundaries are generally sexual boundaries. These are boundaries that I set up front. I literally say to men, like, I'm not available for this sort of activity this evening, like, or until this whatever, until I feel this. See if they listen. They frequently don't. Okay, men are selective listeners. Most of them don't listen. I'm not trying to be a jerk. This is literally like I have too large of a sample size, you guys. If I'm wrong, if you've got the great husbands, great, then this isn't for you. All right, but set boundaries and then watch and see if they listen. If they don't listen, they're not going to listen to your boundaries in the bedroom. And that can leave you in very uncomfortable spaces where you could be emotionally raped, or physically, or anything else, okay? On the tail of that, I would suggest, please don't hate me, but I'm gonna be very real with you. Number 2, don't drink on dates. Just don't drink, all right? When you drink, you can't actually emotionally understand, and you just can't analyze the situation for what it is in the moment. The goal, and if you guys really need to sleep with people, if you really just like don't have the discipline, I mean, I can't stand hookup culture. I'm not here for it, but it's, I mean, I would say get your stuff under control because there are so many risks to hooking up with people. So many risks for women that maybe I'll dive into in another video. Also for men, but very specifically for women. You are paying for it both financially, emotionally, financially, long-term for several years with each partner. You are paying for it through your emotional energy, which is your creativity, your ability to do anything you want to do and chase your dreams. We'll get into another video. I have a lot of resentment around it. I'd love to release it. I know a lot of women would love to hear it because God knows that men steal our dreams from us because we let them into our home space, into our body, because hookup culture is so popular and it's really a problem. Spiritual or not, it's a problem. When I say spiritual, I'm not like, oh, God says you can't hook up. I'm like, your body runs on specific energy mechanics. And when you involve lots of other energies, expect to get effed up and not be able to follow your dreams. Good luck. You got to clean it all up in order to get to your dreams. Your dreams can't manifest while you have all those energies in your system. It's nearly impossible. Okay. Number 3, don't invest in a man. Don't effing do it. I have so many friends and so many people I know that like they invest in men. They'll pay for things. They will invest emotionally. They'll invest in conversation. Do none of it. Okay? Whatever that man brings is what you bring. You match it. When they back out, you back out. When they offer less, you offer less. Pay for nothing. Do not invest in a man. A man cannot see value. It's very different than a woman, you guys. A man can't see value without investment. So if you don't allow them to invest their time, their planning, their dates, their energy, their consistency, their money into you, you are taking the relationship, placing yourself on back burner, and that is where you start the relationship. So if this man is indeed your one, your soulmate, or your husband, this is where the relationship is starting from. It's very, very hard to reset those boundaries and that relational pattern after you start dating. Not impossible, but very hard. And I'm saying this because I often end up coaching women out of relationships that no longer work because this stuff, and it's not the fault of the woman, but I'm trying to just, the woman is in the power, so I'm trying to give you more power. We have to treat these relationships differently. Don't invest in a man. Don't do it. 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 I know it's not going to be popular. I don't care. I'm telling you from energy mechanics, if you want a good man, do not invest in him. If he puts in everything, if he earns every ounce of your effort, your attention, understanding that your intention, your energy is an essence that is highly valuable and cannot be found anywhere else and is very expensive, he will honor you. He will never demean you. He will respect you because you have set the boundary of entry of being that. All right? The next theme or tip here is don't see his potential past what he sees in himself. Women love to be like, oh my God, he's got so much potential. I know that that's what I grew up with. My mom was like, your alcoholic father has so much potential. Isn't that great? So much potential. Was it realized? I'll let you be the decider of that. What do you think? What do you think? Dear God. Not the only, that's just a standard. All right. Stop seeing men's potential. Their potential doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's potential. Is it kinetic? I like to see some fucking kinetic shit. All right. I want to know like what's moving already. What potential have you already harnessed? Because it's my literal living to see other people's potential. It is my spiritual gift. I see the soul potential and I know how to activate it. I don't need to be working in my relationships over time. I don't need to be working at all. I need to be resting and receiving. So I'm passing the note and the message along. Don't worry about a man's potential. If you can't see it actualized in him, it is because he doesn't have the capabilities. He doesn't have the grit and determination to actually see his own potential, which means he's going to cut you down at the knees with your potential and steal your dreams, because a fast car acknowledges a fast car. A spiritual human with lots of potential acknowledges another spiritual human with lots of potential. If they don't have it, if it doesn't exist in them, if they can't see it within themselves, nothing you see in them can be actualized without you giving yourself up. All of your dreams, all of your life force, all of your chi. And that man just became a project for you for the rest of your life. So if you want to go that route, or if you have, give yourself a pat on the back and get out of the relationship. If you want a child, have a child. Don't have a man that has lots of potential that he can't figure it out. Part of masculine behavior is that they have to create with grit and determination and tenacity. That's part of the divine masculine. They have to earn every ounce of their life. They have to have these initiations. If they don't, if they can't actualize their own potential, there is nothing any woman can do to draw it out of them. These are men. I'm not talking about boys. I'm talking about men. I'm not talking about like 8-year-olds, okay? I'm talking about men. Fully grown adult men. If they do not see their value, walk away. I promise you, you can find one that does. All right? There are plenty of men that are activated in their potential. Date them. Save yourself 20 or 30 years of heartache. I'm just saying it how it is, okay? Don't hate me. If you hate me, click off the video. Go watch somebody else's shit, all right? Listen. Next theme, don't overgive. Women overgive as a complete default. And again, it places, it's so natural for women, but it places men in a role where they have not earned what is being given. It is frequently the heart. It is frequently love. Men do not value love. Not much, very little. They value money. They value mentality. They value material goods. Women value love. Without that love, men would crash and burn, but they have absolutely no value for it because our society has no value for it. All right, so don't overgive. They have to understand the exchange in order for it to be honored, for your heart space to be honored fully. Okay? Okay, next. When a man says he can't hold space for you emotionally, please, dear God, listen. If he can't hold space, he's going to hurt you. If you need that space held, you can hold it yourself. You can go to a friend. You can find a professional, like a therapist or a coach, to hold that space for you. But what I find for myself and others is that when we go to men who cannot hold that space for us and we try to make it happen because we have a need that's going unmet, they absolutely 100% of the time will hurt you hard because they don't want you to do it. They're not capable. So you're going to someone that has that is incapable of holding that heart space with love and compassion and grace and asking them to do it. And then when they crush our hearts, we go, what happened? So I'm telling you ahead of time, when they can't hold it, when you can feel that there isn't a full reciprocity going on, when you feel like you have to force them to heal you or help you, just walk away. They're going to harm you emotionally. It will injure you long term. All right? All right. Hard lessons, man. I have earned every one of these. Let me tell you. What does this say? Oh my gosh. Don't be perfect. Okay, women, do not be perfect. Don't be overly sweet. I know so many relationships, this is very standard for our culture as Americans specifically, that women are to not speak their mind. And there are many, many men that will walk away from women when they do speak their mind. So do you want to be in a relationship with that man? Long term, where you never feel like you can be yourself? I know a lot of women in this position. It takes a lot of therapy and a lot of healing to try to get through it, and the women just do all of the emotional labor in the relationship. I refuse to do emotional labor in the relationship. In any relationship that I have, I'm like, you have to do equal labor. So when we start anything with me, I'm like, you're doing your own emotional labor. I'm not doing it for you. And if you can't, we part ways with love and grace, and I say, next one. There will always be a next one. There always is. So don't be too quiet, because what you give up, when you give up your voice, you're giving up your truth, you're giving up your love, you're giving up your life, you're giving up your ability to speak your mind and to be held for your own authenticity as a human. And I don't think that's something that's ever worth giving up. Ever, ever, ever. And I think most women give it up. Most women give it up and they're unfulfilled, or they're unfulfilled. They're sad, they're upset. Maybe they're even on prescription meds, which is fine. You know, we got to do what we got to do, but they're not happy with their sex life. They're not well effed, like in the best of way. They're not made love to, you know. It's just like, they're just not taken care of. Women are not taken care of. And we're like, why aren't we taken care of? Well, listen, baby, I've had spirit in my ear for a very long time about this stuff, and I'm sharing the hard lessons. So like, start nibbling them up and listen to other women like me that like get it with men. I get men. The last man I went on a date with, I was like, I don't remember how this came up, but like he did some stuff and he was like, how did you know I was going to do that? I was like, you're all the same. That's why you are all the same. Like, you all think the same. You all act the same. I can predict behaviors a mile away. Like, God has thrown me through the ringer through my life and made me an expert in masculine behavior and predatory behavior. So I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. And at this point, I'm not upset about it, because they're so easy to predict. Women are complicated. Men are simple. Men are simple. Okay? Follow the rules. These are my rules. Follow the rules. Keep it simple, and you'll have a beautiful husband on the other side of this. I promise. Okay. Oh my gosh, what did they write here? Oh, about speaking your mind. Many men find this threatening. Let them feel threatened. You can walk away. You can part ways. There is no amount of love in this universe that is worth you demeaning your value in order to be loved by a man, because his love is not real love. It's not real love if they can't let you speak openly. It's not real love. It's conditional. It's just like you're now a trophy that does all the work for them, or you're a mother for them. Like, how many man children are there out there? So many. You know, let them be threatened and monitor their behavior. It's up to you in the beginning of any relationship to watch all the different behaviors to see whether or not you are safe in this pattern and whether or not you would actually choose this man. What I will say is that the faster you jump into bed with these men, and if there's alcohol involved, the harder it is to make that decision. And women fall in love with the wrong men all the time. And then those men either baby trap them. Now you're in a commitment for your entire life with someone that maybe you didn't even like. It was just a chemical bond of alcohol plus some pheromones in the moment. Also, something to keep in mind, people that are on prescription medications, their pheromones are different while they're on the medications. So like, someone recently was on some prescription meds, and I was like, yeah, let me know if you like me after a certain amount of time when you're off the meds, because medication creates a mask over the heart space, and depending on how aware or not aware you are, you could literally just be falling in love with the wrong people because your pheromones are off and their pheromones are off, and the pheromones are so effing important for God to move through the body to understand if there's actually a chemical and hormonal balance. And I have a theory where I'm like, I think a lot of people that change their lifestyle patterns and get healthy, and I have nothing negative against meds. I'm just saying, again, specifically talking about relationships, like, you have to take these things into account. Meds also can be birth control, by the way. If you're on birth control, the hormonal birth control, it changes the chemical balance in your body. When you get off that birth control, you actually might not be in love with the human in front of you. Unless you know your energy and you know whether or not they're a soulmate. If they're a soulmate, you'll still be in love with them. You just might not like them that much, because even soulmates F it all up too. You know, we need discernment. But anyway, so keep this stuff in mind, because there are so many different aspects of falling in love. And I see it all the time. People just fall in love with all the wrong people all the time. And then they regret it later in their life, or they try to get out of difficult relationships. And there's no discredit to that. We've all been through it. Trust me, we've all been through it. Most of us. If you're younger, listen to the stuff so you don't have to go through it, okay? And it's okay. It's okay. We get out so that we can find our preferences, learn about relationships, learn about men and women and the differences. And as spiritual, energetic women, look out for ourselves. Now, when I say spiritual, again, it's not like, oh, God doesn't want you to have sex. No, in fact, God really does want you to have sex. It just comes down to energy mechanics. And when you understand the mechanics of how the fabric of creation works based in gender and gender polarity and expression, then you understand what works for healthy bond building and what doesn't. And unfortunately, our society builds non-healthy bonds as a normal, preaches about it, models it as normal behaviors, puts it in all of the Hollywood TV shows, and then we all practice really terrible behaviors. Yeah, my friends. Yeah. Also, I will place another caveat onto the sexual relations, just based in my experience and what I know of energy mechanics, is I, generally speaking, would not sleep with more than one person at one time. And if I, God willing, if I were in this or giving advice, which I kind of am, I would say get an STD test before and after each one. And I might go into that in a further video, but if you do the STD test before and make them do it, number one, if a man is unwilling to get tested, get him as far away from you as possible. Do not touch that man with a 100-foot pole. Like, what? You can't get tested. Women carry all of the responsibility with mortality rates, babies, financially, and their entire lives and dreams are placed on the line every fucking time they have sex. Think about it. Think about it. And if I have to be the voice for you, let me be the voice for you. And I'm not saying I didn't fool around in my past. I totally did. And I'm so happy that I was safe. But literally, like, the more I learn about sexual activity and the risks, the more I'm like, yeah, I enjoy it, but not that much. Not that much. Monogamous relationship. Okay, that's fine. But none of this hookup shit. It's crazy. Anyway, I recommend getting tested and having the partner tested. Also, when you exit relationships, it's good to get tested because it's actually a cleansing ritual. It removes the spiritual negative attachments out of your bloodstream when you get blood tests for STD checks. And you can do that as an actual ritual with your blood work. I'm not even kidding. It's called blood magic, but it's you cleansing your own spiritual energy and removing their energy out of your system. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be like direct intercourse. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like if you're sensual with someone, you're exchanging sexual energy. If you periodically get tested, it's blood work, and that blood work becomes, when you work with it this way, just intend it this way, it becomes the magical component that cleans your spiritual energy because it clears your blood. Because there are eyes analyzing your blood, and you can place that intention and that spiritual love on the vials of blood when they get sent out to be tested by doctors, etc. I think that's where I'm gonna leave it right there. Again, I love you. Probably not popular, but I know I'm saying what needs to be said. Like, I just gotta say what needs to be said. Just gotta say what needs to be said because these are lessons that I had to learn the long way. And thankfully, I'm not married to someone I hate. I've been very standoffish about it for a very, very long time. And I also, if you guys are, it's all right. You can get out. Like, I'll help you. Like, it's all right. We all get there. Sometimes we all gotta lean on each other as our little villages and as women and get through it. But we need a lot more education around it. I will do my best to continue to give you dating tips. Like, yes, they are a little bit more traditional. More specifically, though, the way that I analyze it, it's less about tradition for me, and it's more about like what gets good results and what doesn't. And splitting the bill with a man, that man will never be a man for you. Never. Never. Especially if they do it a lot. Splitting rent with a man, he'll never be a man. He might be a man, but he will never be the full provider. He'll never have that really, really sexy, primal instinct and passion that is safe, that every woman wants, Well, you know why he doesn't have it? Because we don't train them to do the fucking work. Women take the brunt of the work emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and often physically in just about every relationship. If that man is not working for the relationship, and if the woman doesn't allow him to, he has no value for it. So you will never, I'm being so honest, you'll just never be pleased. You'll never feel emotionally safe. You might to 7 out of 10 or something, but you want to feel really, really satiated, really comfortable in your feminine energy. You want to feel well sexed, like well taken care of. You want to feel like you can be in your soft version of yourself in a world that demands masculinity out of every woman. You need a man that can really do it. And that means we need to hold them accountable to their initiations, which is every time they speak to you, they encounter you, they take you on dates, they raise your kids, it's constant. It's constant. Take what you love, leave the rest. That's what I got for you guys. Okay. Let me know what you like, or if you want me to add any tips. I'm here to channel them and think about them and work with them and bring them to you guys. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys soon.